Hello students, welcome to Geography class of 9th standard. This is the second video of lesson number 15, that is humidity, which is given on page number 115 of your geography book. So far we have discussed about types of humidity, absolute humidity and relative humidity, evaporation and condensation, forms of condensation, that is dew, frost, fog, mist and clouds. The objectives of the day are to discuss about the precipitation and the three types of rainfall. Let's start the topic with important terms. Number one is precipitation. The release of moisture in liquid or in solid form after condensation of moisture in the atmosphere is known as precipitation. Next is fog. A thick cloud of tiny water droplets suspended in the atmosphere at or near the Earth's surface, which restricts visibility. Next is mist, a cloud of tiny water droplets suspended in the atmosphere at or near the Earth's surface that limits visibility. Next term is frost, a deposit of small white ice crystals formed on the ground or other surface wherever the temperature falls below freezing. Next term is condensation, the conversion of vapor or gas to a liquid. Next is rainfall, the fall of rain, drizzle, light rain falling in a very fine drops. Precipitation refers to the process by which the condensed water vapor falls to the land or water surface in the form of rain, snow, hail, etc. Students, in this video we are going to give focus on rain and types of rainfall. Students, the cloudiness and precipitation are correlated. Clouds are the source of rainfall. Sometimes much of the precipitation cannot reach the earth because it gets evaporated by the warm, dry air during its descent. Clouds absorb, reflect, and diffuse a part of incoming solar radiation. Clouds consist of millions of droplets of water and ice crystals which float about as a mass and remain in suspension in the clouds due to their small size. When clouds are further cooled, the droplets merge together to form larger drops. These larger drops are comparatively heavy, which forms raindrops. The air cannot hold these heavy droplets further despite its upward current. Therefore, due to their own weight and the gravitational pull of the earth, the condensed water droplets fall down towards the earth's surface as raindrops. Let's start with the book reading. Students, open your page number 118, Precipitation. The release of moisture in liquid or in solid form after condensation of moisture in the atmosphere is known as precipitation. Fog, mist, dew, and frost are the various forms of condensation. These are not the forms of precipitation. The common forms of precipitation are rainfall, snowfall, hailstorm, drizzle, sleet, etc. Rainfall. Rain is the most important and most common form of precipitation. For rain to occur, the air mass must be saturated with water vapor. The following conditions are necessary for rains to occur. There should be sufficient amount of evaporation from the water bodies. There should be wind to carry the water vapor from one place to another, and there should be some way of decreasing the temperature of moist air. The warm and moist air mass after being uplifted becomes saturated and clouds are formed. After the water vapor gets condensed around dust particles, these tiny droplets of water are called cloud droplets. They remain suspended. Suspended means floating in air due to their very small size. The rainfall does not occur unless these cloud droplets become so large that the air is not able to hold them in suspension. Rainfall occurs only when the cloud droplets change to raindrop. The diameter of raindrop is about 5 millimeter and one raindrop contains about 8 million cloud droplets. Next point is types of rainfall. According to the way the cooling of warm moist air mass takes place, the rainfall can be of the following three types. Number one is convectional rainfall. Second is relief rainfall or orographic rainfall. Third is cyclonic rainfall or frontal rainfall. Come back to the reading. Number one types of rainfall is conventional rainfall. The mechanism of conventional rainfall can be explained in the following manner. The ground surface is intensely means strongly, heated due to the insolation received during the daytime. Thus, the air coming in contact with the warm ground surface gets heated, expands, and rises upwards. The ascending warm and moist air cools due to its expansion in the higher altitudes. The cooling of the ascending means rising, air increases its relative humidity. The moist air becomes saturated and further cooling causes condensation, cloud formation, and then rainfall. Let's understand in simple language. Conventional rainfall is caused by the conventional currents. The intense heating of air due to the extremely hot surface and abundance of moisture are the favorable factors which cause this type of rainfall. Conventional rainfall is common in the equatorial region where the region has uniformly high temperature due to vertical rays of the sun throughout the year. The air gets heated by conduction due to contact with hot surface. Due to intense heating of land, strong conventional currents originate. The warm air has more capacity of holding moisture. The warm moist air expands in volume and rises. This ascending air rises to higher altitude, spreads, and gets cooled down adiabatically. The temperature falls to dew point to form cumulus and cumulonimbus clouds. The heavy clouds drop very heavy torrential rain, often accompanied by thunder and lightning. Come back to the reading. Characteristics of conventional rainfall. The ascending moist air starts cooling and this causes immediate saturation and condensation. Thus, the conventional rainfall occurs in the form of heavy downpour, which is always associated with lightning and thunder. The rainfall occurs for a short duration through thick, dark, and extensive cumulonimbus clouds. The conventional rainfall mainly occurs in the equatorial region, where the daily heating of the ground surface causes conventional currents. Thus, the sky is overcast by about 3 pm every day, which causes heavy rains. The sky is usually cleared by 4 pm. This type of rainfall also occurs in the tropical, subtropical, and the temperate regions in the summer seasons. Students, conventional rainfall occurs mostly between 2 pm and 4 pm in equatorial region when condensation occurs resulting into heavy rainfall. The equatorial regions receive annual rainfall more than 200 centimeter. The tropical grasslands and the interior parts of the continents also receive such type of rainfall in the summer season only due to intense heating of land. Come back to the reading again. Page number 119, orographic or relief rainfall. The mechanism means process of orographic rainfall can be explained in the following manner. This type of rainfall occurs when warm, moist, saturated air mass approaches a mountain barrier and is forced to ascend. The mountain barrier, lying across the direction of the moving air, forces the warm, moist air to rise along the mountain slope. As the air mass rises, it expands and loses temperature. This increases the relative humidity of the air mass. Consequently means as a result, the ascending air becomes saturated and condensation begins. Students, orographic or relief rainfall is caused by the cooling of the moisture laden air as it rises over a high relief barrier. When the moisture laden winds are unable to cross the mountain laying as a barrier in their direction of movement, they are forced to ascend the mountains. The sudden ascent causes cooling of air adiabatically, leading to condensation and precipitation. The windward slopes that face a wind blowing steadily from a warm ocean receive heavy rainfall, where most of the moisture is dropped. When the winds cross the mountain barrier, they have very little moisture left with them. Thus, the leeward side of the barrier receives very low amount of rainfall. It leads to rain shadow on the leeward side of the mountain, where always exists a relative dry area called rain shadow. Students, the meaning of the windward side is the wetter side, the leeward side is the drier side, and a rain shadow area is a dry area on the leeward side of mountainous area which is away from the wind. Come back to the reading again. The following conditions are necessary for the occurrence of the orographic or relief rainfall. There should be a mountain barrier across the direction of the wind so that the moist air is forced to move up along the mountain slope. If the mountain barrier runs parallel to the direction of the wind, the air is not obstructed and no rainfall occurs. Rajasthan receives very low rainfall because the Aravalli range lie parallel to the direction of the wind. If the mountains are located very close and parallel to the coast, they become effective barrier for the moist winds. The Western Ghats in India present the ideal conditions for the orographic rainfall. Next condition is if the mountains are located close to the coast, even low height can be an effective barrier as moist air gets saturated even at low height. The mountains in the interiors should be very high as the air after covering long distance does not carry enough moisture. Characteristics of orographic rainfall. The windward slopes receives maximum amount of rainfall while the leeward side gets less rainfall. The windward slope of a mountain at the time of rainfall has cumulus clouds while the leeward slopes has stratus clouds. The ascending air after crossing the mountain barrier descends along the leeward slopes and is thus warmed up due to the compression. If the mountains are of less height, the maximum rainfall does not occur on their top, but it occurs on the other side. The orographic rainfall may occur in any season. It is more widespread and is of longer duration than the conventional rainfall. The orographic rainfall is also supported by conventional and cyclonic methods of condensation. Most of the precipitation in the world is orographic in nature. Next is cyclonic or frontal rainfall. Precipitation associated with the passage of a tropical or temperate depression in middle and high latitudes is known as cyclonic rainfall. Let's start with the reading cyclonic or frontal rainfall. This type of rainfall is associated with the tropical and temperate cyclones. The rain occurs when warm and cold air masses converge. Converge means meet. In the cyclones, the winds from all sides converge towards the eye of the cyclone. This eye of the cyclone we already discussed in our previous chapter, atmospheric pressure and wind system under variable winds. The mechanism of the cyclonic rainfall can be explained in the following manner. When the cold polar air mass and the warm westerly air mass coming from the opposite directions converge along a line, a front is formed. In the warm air mass, the wind is lifted upwards along the front, while the cold air mass begins heavier, settles downward. The warm air mass lying over the cold air mass is cooled and gets saturated due to the increase in relative humidity. The cooling beyond the saturation point leads to the condensation of moisture in the warm air mass of the cyclone. Let's understand this in simple language. The cold polar air mass and the warm westerly air mass blowing from opposite direction converge near the subpolar low pressure belt. When two air masses with the different physical properties converges as the warm moist air mass meets and overrides colder heavier air mass. They can't get mixed with one another due to extreme difference in nature, that is warm and cold. So a front is formed between them. Warm air mass being lighter associated over a cold air mass along the front while cold air mass settles down. The moisture carried by the warm air cools, which leads to condensation and rainfall. Next is characteristics of the cyclonic rainfall. In the tropical cyclone, the lifting of air is almost vertical and is often associated with convection. When saturated, it gives heavy showers accompanied by thunder and lightning. The tropical cyclones, regionally known as typhoons, hurricanes, tornadoes, etc., yield heavy downpour in China, Japan, Southeast Asia, India, USA, etc. Since the lifting of warm air along the warm front of temperate cyclone is slow and gradual, the condensation of moisture is also slow and gradual. Thus, the precipitation occurs in the form of drizzle. It is widespread and continuous for a long duration. The precipitation associated with the cold front is always in the form of thunder showers but is of a shorter duration. Sometimes it occurs in the form of snowfall and hailstorm. Most of the rainfall in the temperate region is received through frontal or cyclonic rains. Students, tropical cyclones give heavy rainfall as the warm air rises vertical due to convection. Warm, moist air reaches to higher altitude, gets saturated, and gives heavy rainfall accompanied by thunder and lightning. Tropical cyclones are known as typhoons, hurricanes, tornadoes, etc. They give a rainfall to the east coast of continents in the tropical belt. On the other hand, in case of temperate cyclones, the warm air mass rises over cold air mass obliquely and gradually. So the condensation is also gradual and slow. Thus the precipitation is in the form of drizzle. Widespread drizzle is followed by rain and squalls as cold front passes. So students, with that we have completed today's topic. We have done three types of rainfall: relief rainfall, frontal rainfall, conventional rainfall. Hope you understand well. We will meet very soon with the next forms of precipitation, that is snowfall and hailstone, which is given on your next page, page number 121. Till then, revise the topic. Have a nice day.